GDC is fast approaching. Grind these units out now. How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan Battle video. In today's video, we are discussing the upcoming Transcendent Dokkan Campaign and Global Dokkan Campaign by placing a heavy focus on the Global Dokkan Campaign and the units we believe will be returning on those banners, so you can go ahead and prep and grind them now, right? We are in a bit of a flux this year with the transition into the new Dokkan schedule, which is technically the old schedule. We are returning to placing the Transcendent Dokkan Campaign in July at the original Tanabata slot in place of Global's anniversary. GDC campaign, previously Worldwide campaign, will return to its original slot in September. We are still going to go with our prep guides for GDC / TDC as we always do every year, because the units that will return during this time are pretty much set in stone. We've already discussed the TDC banners and who's likely to be on that banner. We've also discussed the Dokkan Fest side of the GDC banner. So now it's time to discuss the Carnival banners and the units we believe will be on that banner. So we have here our Carnival banner prediction guide. This is pretty standard for what should return on the Global Dokkan Campaign banner for the Carnival banners, no matter whether it's Dual Dokkan Fest and Carnival Part 2 or if it's Dokkan Fest Carnival. The units that return on each Carnival should be pretty much the same as they are every year. I imagine, even though we are returning to the original Tanabata format with the anniversary LRs likely returning during the July campaign, the Dokkan Fest ones are, that is, I believe if that is the case, the anniversary Carnival LRs will likely not return during July, but instead in September, just as they had done in years past, like with Kai Goku returning during Worldwide that year. So with that said, this is the banner lineup I believe we'll see. Whatever the theming ends up being, of course, we have our own little theory here about it being centered around movies or possibly Namek. Whatever the theme is, we'll have our two new Carnival units on that banner. And then, of course, the big draw is the return of the anniversary units. These banners should return the anniversary Daima Vegeta and the UI Goku. So if we want to take a look right at previous banners, right, this pretty much lines up with previous Carnival banners from GDC last year. We can see that, right? The two anniversary Carnivals showed up here, and then the two anniversary Carnivals showed up on part 1. Now, we are in a weird situation with those extra Carnival banner units compared to previous years because 10th anniversary added 2 extra units. So I could see them doing something along the lines of what they did during anniversary, which is drop maybe a separate banner that might house 1 or 2 of those Carnivals, just so they can be there and people can grab them with coins if they need to. Either way, they could do something like that. Either way, they will return during this period regardless. We'll also have the return of the previous Worldwide characters, the Gogeta and the Rose, which is pretty standard for these banners, right? The previous Worldwide units, Broly and Gohan, showed up on those banners. And then the Broly and Gohan will of course show up again. This will be probably their final run through until they EZA. And that's just simply because of the amount of Carnivals. And then, right, whichever Carnivals from the 10th anniversary make the way onto this banner, we can't say for certain which it is. So for the purposes of this video, we'll just tell you to grind out all of them if you don't have them, if you are missing any. And then, of course, right, they might swap out 1 or 2 of the older Carnivals, such as the Broly movie ones, for the EZAs for the Gohan and the Kai Goku. Since they didn't get a chance to return on a proper banner, they might give them some space on on maybe the worldwide. After all, their 8th and Easy 8 counterparts, Dokkan Fest counterparts, should be on that banner as well. So with that said, let's go ahead and hop into who you can grind out. So let's start with the Super Saiyan 3 Daima Vegeta, the first returning unit on those banners. So as you can see here, he does have he does need several medals from 2 different events, or 3 different events rather, right? You'll need 70 medals from the Daima Vegeta event here, which is essentially 70 medals is essentially 10 runs on the Daima Vegeta event, the Fizz Daima Vegeta. There's only 1 stage, you don't have to worry about that. And then from the Daima Goku stage, you'll need 14 medals, so 2 runs on stage 1, which is the mini Goku phase, and then 21, 3 runs on the adult Goku phase. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy, no issues there for the Daima Vegeta. Now, unfortunately, he does not have a formable super attack because of the Daima moniker in his name. Although, yeah, even Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta actually, for that matter, doesn't have a formable super attack. So, yeah. With that, let's move on to the next unit on our banner, the returning Fizz UI Goku and Blue Evolution Vegeta. These guys should be returning on the banner and have a few events, 4 events that you need to tackle here. 2 of them are from the same event, right? So you'll need to tackle the UI Goku event. Stage 1 on the UI Goku event, you will need 21 medals. That is 3 run-throughs of the stage and 14 medals from the Blue Duos stage. That is the Fizz Blue Evolution Vegeta and Kaioken Goku stage. You'll need 2 runs on that. You'll need 3 runs on the INT 6th Anniversary Vegeta stage, which is the 3rd stage of that event. You will need 35 medals from that one, and then another 35 from the Tech UI Goku stage, which is the 3rd stage to the UI Goku stage. So yeah, quite a few bit of medals. This one will take you a while to complete, but it is doable. And like I said in our Dokkan Fest one, pick a unit that you're missing. Spend about a day, right? Use your stamina, and in one day, one stamina bar will be enough to get you to all the medals that you need. Maybe even get a refresh or 2, depending on how close you are to leveling up. So, all right, those are the medals for UI Goku. He does have a farmable super attack through the story event of the blue or the Reps of Universe 7, and you'll have to grind out this guy as an SR, get him to SSR, and then to the UR status can awaken him. It takes 20 medals to awaken him to the UR status, and it does take a while. So, I mean, if you really don't want to awaken him, you could just get him to here. With the new super attack update, you actually don't have to get him all the way up to max level for the 50%, right? Only for the 100%. So it still takes a while to get enough, at least to get him to the UI sign stage. So just be aware that you could be grinding a while. This actually grinding out his super attack, since he starts as a UI sign, will actually probably take more than any of the others. Even the medals probably, right? Because you need 20 medals to awaken him to UI sign. So just be aware of that. And also the event is not currently available, so you would have to use keys if you don't have the keys available for doing it. You can buy keys in the shop. You can trade in green incredible gems and buy keys to take on the story events. So with that, let's go on to the next returning unit on our list. That is the worldwide LRs, the Gogeta and the Rose here, right? Let's start with Gogeta. So with Gogeta, pretty straightforward if you don't have him, right? You need 70 medals from the INT Gogeta event. That is 10 runs on the INT Gogeta event, which is stage 2 of the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta event. From stage 1, you'll need 21, 3 medals, and from stage 3, which is the Fizz Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta stage, you will need 14 medals. That is 2 runs from that stage to awaken him fully. Now he is a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, which, as you can see on the Dokkan database here, he has no grindable super attack. So you will have to use at least 20 Elder Kais to farm his super attack out. All right. Up next, right, we have the Rose. Oh, that's not Rose. Hang on a second. There we go. That is Rose. So we have the Rose and Zamos. These guys need to grind out from the STR and Fizz Rose Dokkan event, as well as the Tech Zamos Dokkan event. You will need 21 medals from stage 1 of the STR Rose Dokkan events, as you guys can see right here, and then 35 medals from stage 2, the Fizz Rose Dokkan event. Or sorry, correction. Stage 1 is the AGL Rose, right? So stage 2 for the STR, stage 3 for the Fizz Rose. For the Zamos, stage 2 for the stage 3 for the AGL Zamos, and then stage 2 for the Tech Zamos guide. 35 medals and 14 medals each. Like I said, you get one done, and that's pretty much all you need. So since he does start as a Rose, you cannot farm his super attack. There are no farmable Roses. The Rose clones all have their own names. So unfortunately, you cannot use them to farm his super attack. So he does not have a farmable super attack, unfortunately. Up next on our banner, the return of the Tech Broly coming back on this banner. Tech Broly here has several medals we want to grind out, starting from the STR Broly Dokkan event from stage 2. You will need 14 medals and another 14, so 28 medals in total from that event. Stage 2 for stage 4, the Int Broly Dokkan event, you will need 21 and 35 medals, and then from the Fizz, Super Saiyan Trio event, you'll need 14 medals, and there's only one stage to that event, so 2 runs on that one event. Now for this one, you have several different options to grind out his super attack. Since he starts as a base Broly, you can use either or a Super Saiyan Broly for that matter. You can use either one of these from here. This guy comes from stage 1 of that same STR Broly event. You start him out as an SR and awaken him up to the UR status by gathering those medals. He does need a few medals to get there. I think 10 medals each one. Or you can grind out the Dragon Ball Super Broly one, since you don't even need to awaken him. You just need to Z awaken him to get that base Broly awakening. So nice there. So that's probably the better way to do it. Of course, you do need the keys to access that story event. Next, we have the Super Saiyan Gohan, the Family Kamehameha. For this one, we need 70 medals from the Tech Go Rose Dokkan event. Only one stage on that one, so that's pretty easy. 70 medals from that, that's 10 runs. And then another 35 from the Int Broly Dokkan event. And that is stage 5, I believe, on that one. 35 medals from that one. He does have a formidable super attack since he starts as a Super Saiyan Gohan. You do have to awaken this guy here to the Super Saiyan status, and you can, from the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, he does awaken into a Teen Gohan Super Saiyan, which you can use to fill this guy's super attack. So 20 copies of that one. This one, honestly, is not that hard to awaken. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward, and the medals are always available in the shop. So pretty easy there. Up next, we have the 10th anniversary LRs that are returning. First one we have is the AGL Super Saiyan 3 to 4 Goku. This guy, you will need medals from all of the GT Goku events, starting with 14 medals from the Fizz GT Super Saiyan Goku event, 21 medals from the STR Super Saiyan Goku event, and then 70 medals from the AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku event, and that's stage 1 and stage 2 of that event. So pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Unfortunately, being a anniversary LR, he does not, and starting as Super Saiyan 3 Goku, he does not have any farmable super attacks. On next, we have the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Gohan here needs 70 medals from the AGL Gohan event, stage 1 of that event, and then 21 medals from stage one of the Perfect Cell Dokkan event. We'll need 21 medals, so 3 runs there, and then 2 medals, 2 runs, 14 medals from stage 2 of that event, the Int Perfect Cell event. He is a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, so there are actually several options you can choose from for free Gohans. You could do the BoJack Movie Gohan, who is available in the Dragon Ball Story tab. Or you can use the Incredible Gems Int Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Either way, if you've got enough Incredible Gems to pick this guy up, he is farmable pretty easily. It doesn't cost that much, and you just have to Z Awaken him, and then you can feed him in for your super attack for the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. All right. And lastly, we have where is he here? We have the STR Blue Evolution Vegeta. This guy will need medals from the 6th anniversary LR Dokkan event, the Int Vegeta Dokkan event, stage 3 from that event. You will need 70 medals from that event, 21 from the Fizz Super Saiyan Blue Evolution and Kaioken Goku event, and another 14 from the Topo Dokkan event. Only one stage on that one to grind this guy out. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Unfortunately, since he is a Blue Evolution, he has no farmable super attack here. So you're noticing that with a lot of these characters that are returning, even on the Dokkan Fest side, not a whole lot of farmable super attacks. So it's really hard to prep out super attacks this time around. We're getting less and less units with names that we can actually farm super attack for. Up next, right, counterpart, we have the Int Goku and Frieza. For these guys to awaken, you will need 14 medals from the Namek Goku Stage 2 Dokkan event. You will need 21 from the Stage 3 Namek Frieza. And then to awaken to the TUR. And then for the LR status, you will need the Int Golden Frieza Dokkan event, Stage 1, 35 medals, and then 35 medals from the Tech UI stage of the UI Goku Dokkan event. Now, they do have farmable super attack through the Angel Frieza, this guy here. Stage 1 of that Dokkan event for the Int Golden Frieza actually does drop this guy, which you can awaken to the Z-Awaken to the TUR status, and feed him in for the super attack. I don't recommend using this guy from the story event just because it's much harder to awaken him. It takes a long time to awaken him, like that UI Goku. So better just to use this one because you only have to Z awaken him. So that you can get your 10 copies or 20 and still get a small percentage buff to awaken him. And then finally, we have the last of the returning. Oh, no, that is all of them, right? Yeah, so that's all of the 10th anniversary LRs. But we do have the possibility of these guys, so I did want to throw them out there. If you didn't have Kai Goku or Int Gohan, I do recommend grinding them out. For the Kai Goku, you need 21 medals from the Transforming Goku stage, another 35 there. So that is, what is that? 56 medals total, 14 from Int Yamcha event, 7 from the stage 3 of the Attack of the Saiyans event, another 7 from, I believe it's stage 8 of the same event. You'll need another 21 medals from the STR Goku and Gohan event. Yeah, this guy needs a lot of medals. And then another 7 from the AGL 10 Super Strike event. So lots of medals there. Nice thing is he's a base Goku. Literally pick your flavor of base Goku and feed him in for the super attack. There's 100 different Gokus you could pick from. I do find that the easiest one to get is probably this one here from the Attack of the Saiyans event because the drop rate's pretty good and he already awakens as a UR, so you don't have to do any extra grinding. From there, we also have the Int Gohan. Same thing, tons of medals, same Super Strike event TN, same Super Strike event, same story event Krillin stage, right? You will also need 14 medals from the Fizz Piccolo stage, 14 from the AGL Transforming Goku stage, and another 56 from the AGL Gohan, from the Garlic Jr. movie stage, and there's only one stage to that event. And then on a final 14 from the Yamcha event. Lots and lots of stages here. And if, of course, for these two that I just mentioned, if you haven't done their Easy A stage, make sure you do that as well, so you guys can Easy A them right away when they drop. So lots of events there that you got to hit. And again, as a Youth Gohan, lots of stages you can choose. I find that the Slug or the Prime Battle tend to have the easiest drops for him to use. So either one of these you guys can pick to awaken him and feed in the super attack. So that is pretty much everybody that you could potentially grind out right now. There could be others, right, looking at the banners, right, but we have no idea or no way of knowing what these other characters will be until we know the themes, right, these random SSR characters or even the potential extra yellow coin LRs that could be on the banner. Won't know till we know the theme, because those are the units that would potentially Easy A, and we can't know till we have a theme. The thing that's also really going to mess this up is what they decide to do with the Tanabata banner. Since we are returning to the TDC in the Tanabata placement, we have no idea of knowing, we have no way to know how they're going to handle the returning anniversary LRs, if they're going to return them in July. Typically, when they return the Dokkan Fest in July, they return the carnivals and yellow coins in the September campaign with GDC. But we don't know if they're going to do that. They might just pop them on that double rates banner. I doubt they'll do that, since Tanabata Part 2 is typically double rates, but we won't know until we know. So that could mess this entire list up. Regardless, though, I do think you should start prepping now. So guys, that is it for our video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know what characters do you need to grind out and prep for the upcoming GDC campaign. Let us know in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching and aloha.